144p, 256 pixels wide. That's the whole canvas. 256 dots to build an entire human face, which is why the screen on the far left of that lineup isn't showing you a man. It's showing you a smudge that learned to sit still. This is where online video began. The oldest clip on YouTube, 19 seconds of a guy at the zoo, uploaded April 2005, looks exactly this rough, and back then, nobody minded. Big shapes survive. A face still reads as a face, but drop a single word on screen and it dissolves because there simply aren't enough dots to bend into a letter. Motion makes it worse, turning already vague objects into blocks that shimmer. So who's it for? Nobody, on purpose. The only time 144p shows up now is when your connection is quietly dying and the player is stalling for time. If you're choosing it, something already went wrong. 240p, 426 by 240. One rung up and the murk lifts just enough to follow the action instead of guessing at it. This is roughly what a camera phone captured in 2008 and sent you over a grainy text. Faces get edges. You can finally tell what's sitting behind them. That extra room also makes movement easier to follow during brighter scenes today. The problem is small and stubborn. Not terrible still isn't good. Fine detail runs together like wet ink, and on anything wider than your hand, it looks rough. For a throwaway clip when the Wi-Fi is gasping? Fine. For something you actually chose to sit down and watch? You'll be reaching for the settings inside a minute. 360p, 640 by 360. The first step where cheap video stops being painful to look at. For years, this was the ceiling on the good phones, not the basement. The Nokia N8 and a whole wave of early smartphones topped out right here, and on a screen barely wider than a stamp, it honestly looked crisp. Its home today is the doorbell camera and the budget webcam. Little feeds where nobody's hunting for pores anyway. Compression hurts too, because moving edges have almost no detail left behind. Blow it up on a modern display though, and the trick collapses in a second. The dots never dropped in quality. Your screens just ballooned and outgrew them. For the camera watching your porch? Perfect. For your actual TV? A relic. 480p, 720 by 480. The first resolution that felt like a real standard instead of a compromise you put up with. This is DVD. Every rented film, every PlayStation 2 game ran at about this size, and in the early 2000s, it looked genuinely good. Text turned readable. Small objects held their shape. Menus and subtitles also became practical instead of looking like broken symbols today. Lean in though, and the cracks show. Staircase edges, chunky corners, a softness no amount of squinting will sharpen. Feeling nostalgic and putting on an old disc? It still holds up. Buying a brand new screen that stops here? There's a reason you can't. HD, 1280 by 720. The first resolution to earn the letters HD, and the first where the picture stopped looking assembled out of tiny tiles. Suddenly, the individual dots were hard to spot. A logo had clean borders. Text was sharp without you pressing your nose to the glass. This powered the first flat HD televisions, the PlayStation 3, and the early days of streaming on YouTube and Netflix in the late 2000s. For years, 720p balanced decent sharpness, smaller files, and reliably smooth streaming. Real quick, which screen are you reading this on? Drop the resolution in the comments. Here's the ceiling though. It looks lovely until you stretch it across something huge. Spread 720p over a big living room set and the softness creeps straight back. For a laptop or a phone? Still completely fine. For the wall-mounted TV? It runs out of road. Full HD, 1920 by 1080, roughly 2 million pixels, and the one nearly everyone is actually using day to day. Your laptop is probably this. Your phone almost certainly is. It won by doing two jobs at once. Sharp enough that in a game, you can pick out the stitching on a jacket that vanishes the moment you drop a rung, yet light enough to stream without a monster connection. That's why 1080p survives while manufacturers keep pushing much bigger numbers everywhere. Here's a confession. The day I clocked that my phone was already 1080p and that I had never, not once, wished it were sharper, the bigger numbers stopped tempting me at all. But Full HD hides a catch, and it's the whole secret of this question. 2 million pixels look flawless crammed onto a phone. Take those same 2 million and smear them across a giant screen, and they thin right out. Soft picture, same label. Which raises the obvious question. If the pixels run out, what's meant to fill the gap? 4K, 3840 by 2160, around 8 million pixels, 4 times what Full HD gives you, packed into the very same frame. That density is why you can sink into the couch, well back from a big screen, and still catch fine texture instead of creeping closer to hunt for it. Most 4K sets throw in HDR2, which lets a shadow stay properly dark while a beam of sunlight blazes bright, without either one collapsing into flat gray or a blown-out white patch. Up close, hair, fabric, skin texture, and tiny text all stay remarkably defined. And here's the turn the whole video has been walking toward. Past a certain point, the screen was never the bottleneck. Your eye is. A healthy one can't pull apart anything finer than about a 60th of a degree of your view. So distance does the blurring for you. Park yourself 3 meters from a 50-inch set, and 4K has quietly dissolved back into ordinary Full HD. So who should pay for it? A big screen you sit fairly close to, fed by fast internet. Absolutely, this is your tier. That same 8 million pixels sprinkled onto a phone where your eye can't resolve a fraction of them? You're buying detail you'll never once see. 8K, 7680 by 4320, 33 million pixels, 16 times Full HD, 4 times 4K. On paper, nothing on earth touches it. In an actual living room, almost nothing feeds it. Barely any films or shows are even shot in 8K, so most of the time, the panel is inventing detail that was never captured in the first place. Look back at the last screen in that lineup, the one cropped so tight, you're staring into a single eye, every lash picked out. At 8K, those lashes genuinely are all there. And from the sofa, your eyes still can't pull them apart from what 4K already gave you.